All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another video. All right, y'all, it's here. It's going down for UFC 275, June 11th. It's set. Valentina Shevchenko was taking on for a seventh title defense, Taila Santos. I think we pretty much all knew it was going to be this fight. You know, we were just waiting on the announcement. The champ's been waiting. Everybody's been waiting, but it's here. The fight is finally here. And I pretty much knew it was going to come to this. I mean, with all the names taken at this point, and Taila Santos just rounding out the top five, it just makes sense, right? I mean, Valentina Shevchenko said on her IG that she was ready to come back. And, you know, Taila Santos had kind of, she's been a little bit cryptic about what was next for her, but she's also been saying that she's been training real hard for something big, right? So I think we pretty much knew it was that. I mean, again, Valentina Shevchenko is the type of champion that likes to stay busy. She likes to stay active. So she wasn't going to wait, until like late 2022. So it had to be somebody in the top five, right? I mean, of course, Valentina Shevchenko, she defeated the top four, Lauren Murphy, this past September. So that makes Andrade, Chikagan, Maia, and Murphy, right? And then you have Taila Santos, who just beat JoJo Wood in her last fight to take the number 5 spot. And she's also on a 4-fight win streak. She shows some good skills and potential threat in her to give the champ a tough fight. So who else is it going to be, right? It just makes sense, right? Now, like I said before, my thoughts, of course, I like this one. I've been talking about this fight as well. One of the quadruple threats is getting the title shot. I mean, in some ways, I talked about it before, and I said I thought it would have been a little bit too soon because I felt like, Taila Santos could have taken on another fight depending on how the champion wanted to do. If she just wanted to sit out a little bit longer. Like if the champ was going to sit out till like late fall or something like that, then I could have seen Taila Santos maybe take on a title eliminator in Chikagan or Andrade. But with Andrade moving back down and Caitlin Chikagan, her UFC career kind of up in the air because she's still not signed. I mean, why not, right? Let's go ahead and do it. I mean, somebody's got to get it, so let it just be Taila Santos. I mean, Santos, she already racked up 4 wins to get to the top. So here we go, right? And like I said before, I kind of figured it would just be this fight coming in June because, I did say that on the live stream as well. Like, if one of those other fights don't lead up to a title eliminator for her, then fine, let's do it in June, right? I mean, Taila Santos never really sounded like she was avoiding it, in my opinion. I mean, I know some people wanted to hear her speak out. Of course, I agree with that. Like, people need to be vocal, but between her and Manon Firo, their actions speak louder than their words. They never really have to be those vocal types to keep talking that trash. You know what I mean? Like, they let their actions speak every time, they perform. And I think with her, Taila Santos knew something was coming, so she didn't really need to put it out there. Like, because she said it at the end of the other fight. She was like, I'm going to be training, I'm looking into something bigger, like something bigger is on the horizon. I just can't say right now, right? So there's really no need for her to call it out because I know, of course, there's always something that they know that we don't know, right? So there really wasn't no need for her to call it out since it was already in the works, right? So I was cool with that. I wasn't feeling like she was like one of these other fighters trying to pump the brakes. I thought when she got the number 5, she knew that's what she was going for. So going into this fight, I like it because, Taila Santos, to me, I think she will be a fighter that gives Valentina at least try to give her a competitive fight. I don't think she's going to fight scary. I don't think she's intimidated by her. I'm hoping not, I think she's the type that's going to go in there. It's like some of the other fighters, like Jessica Andrade. I don't think Jessica Andrade was intimidated. I just think she was just completely outgunned and just didn't have the skills to deal with that type of fighter that was in front of her. You know what I mean? Like, I think out of all the fighters, like Andrade wasn't scared or intimidated. She just couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? She just had no skills to handle it. Like, you seen Chikagan show that respect. Well, excuse me, even Jennifer Maia, I think, she was a fighter that wasn't intimidated by Valentina. Hell, she wants to fight her again, right? She wants to fight her again. So between those two, I think Santos is kind of like, Maia and Andrade in that manner. But style-wise, right now, just looking at it, we're talking about Valentina Shevchenko, well-rounded technician, the best at what she does, well-disciplined, dominant, the defense, those 3 Ds, So we're looking at that versus a physically gifted athlete with skills as well that could disrupt Valentina. Now, winning the fight, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I think it's more right now just about how can she give Valentina a tough fight? What can she do to disrupt Valentina Shevchenko? What can she do to take Valentina out of that comfort zone, if Valentina is ever in a comfort zone? Like, that's the thing. Like, Valentina, though she's always dominant in her fights, and, she'll go in there and make it look like, make it look second nature, make it look easy. There's still something about her where I think that, she's a perfectionist, where, she's never sleeping there. Right? She never gets comfortable. Like, you've seen some champions in the past where they feel like they can do it in their sleep. Like, Valentina still always looks like she's on game. Like, she's still on 100. Like, even when her opponent even if her opponent could be bleeding, you know what I mean? Like, bleeding from both eyes and eyes shut, or just standing there twitching like they can't do anything, or they can't find anything to do. Valentina is still poised and ready to strike like a rattlesnake or like a cobra. You know what I mean? She's still ready to strike all the same until she's ready to get you out of there. So I really can't see Valentina ever like comfortable in the fight. That's why it's like, what can Taila Santos do to, catch her sleeping? I don't think there's anything. I really don't think there's anything right now, because, again, like, Valentina has everything covered. Like, you don't see anybody in WMMA that has all their bases covered, every single fight like Valentina Shevchenko. Wherever you try to go, like, if you try to fight mid-range, you try to fight on the outside, if you try to fight in the clinch, if you try to fight on the ground, she has everything covered. So for, like, Taila Santos, what can she do? I mean, right now, just early on, I think she just really has to make this a physical fight. Like, I think she has to make it a physical fight, and she also has to make it a respectful fight. First round, to me, Taila Santos really does have to do something to make Valentina respect her, And that's the thing. That's why it's important to be dominant before you get to the championship fight, because that's a way to earn your respect. Like, Amanda Nunes, earned her respect. Like, you know why? Because she's seen the resume. Valentina had to show her respect because of the size, the skill. I know she just always likens Amanda Nunes defeats the size, but it's also about that power there. It was also about that power. She always had to show that respect, because, if she didn't, she felt like she probably would have got KO'd. You know what I mean? So leading up to this fight, Taila Santos, she has been dominant in her fight. So that's going to have to come into play. You got to go in there and show that same type of attitude, that same type of, that same type of rawness, that same type of dog. And you got to earn it in that first round. So I think Taila Santos, you got to be physical, fight at the mid-range. Don't try to strike on the outside here. It's got to be a fight where she can use her size. Because that seems to be what Valentina leans towards as her weakness. Like, when a good big fighter gets in there with her, you know what I mean? Like, that was her main reason why she says Amanda Nunes couldn't beat her, right? Because it wasn't the skill, it was the size. So if Santos can come in here big and strong and impose her size, maybe that'll get the respect at a range, and maybe it'll get the respect on the inside. Maybe she could overpower her, right? But I don't know, man, because Valentina, like, she's deceptively strong. Like, I did a video a while back leading up to the Andrade fight, and I had a few people ask me, who do I think was stronger? And I almost thought about it for, like, a long time. I thought I was going to have to think about it for a long time, but then it came to me, I was like, oh, no, Valentina's stronger. I mean, Valentina really knows how to distribute her strength on her feet, and it's just something about her core and her balance. She really knows how to throw her weight around without throwing it around, if that makes sense. She really knows how to plant her feet and have every control of her muscles, So that's how she keeps that strength even over Andrade, right? Andrade, brute strength, it's uncontrollable strength, but sometimes you still have to have some type of intelligence over it, right? So going into this fight here, that's something that I think, well, I already know that Santos has never faced before. So going on the inside, I think that is her best chance, but she just has to know that Valentina Shevchenko could be just as strong or stronger than her. But I think that Santos has a better chance than Andrade did, because she still has the height and the reach to go with, her size here at flyweight. So, yeah, man, just early look. Like I said, just early discussion here. I just want to kind of, talk about the fight with y'all a little bit, but we'll talk more about it later, the live stream. And, of course, leading up to this fight, I mean, it's only it's only February. Well, excuse me, it's only March right now. So So we got another 3 months. You know, we never know what could happen as well, right? So the fight's on. You know, it's on. So keep your fingers crossed, y'all. But let me know in the comment section what y'all think right now. Do you like Taila Santos' chances? Now, I know Valentina haters and Valentina lovers, they can probably all agree on this, that, you know, they're probably all going to agree on this, that Taila Santos isn't going to win this fight. But let me ask you this question. Do you think she can at least win 2 rounds, or do you think she can at least make the fight competitive to where people can argue, have something to talk about in the morning and say Santos won that fight? Or do you think she can fight Valentina to a draw? Do you think she can do any of that? Answer those questions in the comment section for me, guys. It's going down. Valentina Shevchenko, Taila Santos. What do y'all think? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.